I'm going to debunk any anti-Israel, pro-Palestinian videos. This is something new I'm starting on the channel. Every day, people send me clips by email, on YouTube, on Instagram, asking, can you please respond to this? Can you explain why this is wrong? And honestly, I just can't keep up. I want to respond, but I simply don't have time for all of them. So here is what I'm going to do. Each week, I will pick 2-3 videos and I will debunk them right here. If you've seen a video attacking Israel, drop the YouTube link in the comments. But don't just paste a random link. Write a short line or two, who's in the video and what they are claiming. This way, others can like your comment and I will know which clips people are most interested in. And one more thing, I don't delete comments. I don't silence anyone. I believe in open discussion. That's the best way to learn. Now, let's warm up with our first video. I got this video a few days ago. In the video, Max Blumenthal shared his thought about the war in Israel. He's an American journalist and he's well known for his hostility towards Israel.
This war is horrible, so why did the Palestinians initiate this war on October 7th?
Well, they didn't. They didn't. This war has been going on for 75 years. Israel initiated it in 1948.
Israel started the war 75 years ago. That line is wrong in 2 different ways. Let's break this down. The war began on November 30, 1947, just 1 day after the United Nations voted in favor of the Partition Plan, creating 2 states, one Jewish and one Arab. The Jewish side didn't like the plan, but accepted it. The Arab side rejected it and started the war. Arabs attacked a Jewish bus, line 2094, on its way from Netanya to Jerusalem, killing 5 passengers. That's how it began. Arabs killing Jewish civilians. At that time, the British were still ruling Palestine. They remained another 6 months until May 14, 1948. When they left, armies from 5 Arab states invaded: Egypt, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, and Iraq. So not only did the local Arab population initiate violence, but half a year later, the entire Arab world joined the fight. Their goal was clear: the destruction of the Jewish community. They lost. And here is a basic principle that many anti-Israel voices refuse to accept. If you start a war and you lose, it doesn't make you the victim. And there is another principle that many people don't know. In the aftermath of the First and Second World Wars, entire empires collapsed. The Ottoman Empire here in the land of Israel, the German Empire, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and later the French and British colonial systems. New nation-states emerged. Borders shifted. Populations were uprooted. At the same time, during the late 1940s, tens of millions of people were displaced. 14 million Germans, over 1 million Poles, and a million Ukrainians, 14 million Indians and Pakistanis during the partition of India. These people didn't stay refugees. They rebuilt, they moved forward. And unlike the Arabs of Palestine, who started a war, the Poles, Ukrainians, and Hindus had done nothing wrong, and yet were forced to leave and start over. Now, let's continue with Max. Let's address the claim of ethnic cleansing.
By ethnically cleansing 750,000 people. This is what you need to understand. The people in Gaza, over 80% of them are refugees from a place called Majdal Asqalan in what is now southern Israel, in a city called Ashkelon.
About 70,000 Arabs left their home during the 1948 war. The first Arabs to leave were the wealthy and educated classes in Haifa, Jaffa, and other cities, and many others followed. The Arab leaders said that Arabs who stay under Jewish rule would be seen as collaborators. Arab leaders urged them to leave, promising a swift military victory and a quick return. Some Arabs were indeed expelled during intense fighting. That happens in war. This was a war in which the Arabs called for the annihilation of the Jews. The leader of the Arabs in Palestine, Mufti Amin al-Husseini, said, "Arabs, kill the Jews wherever you find them. This pleases God, history, and religion. This saves your honor. God is with you. And here is another thing Mr. Blumenthal forgot to say. 160,000 Arabs remained in Israel, and today that number has grown to over 2 million. They are full citizens of the State of Israel. And by the way, if you ask Israeli Arabs whether they'd rather live in a Jewish state or under Palestinian control, 99% of them will want to stay in Israel. So if 2 million Arabs are living in Israel and about 3-4 million Arabs are living in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, that's not ethnic cleansing. But if you want to talk about real ethnic cleansing, let's ask this. How many Jews were left in the areas conquered by Arab forces? None. 0. The Jordanians ethnically cleansed the Jews living in the old city of Jerusalem. Hebron, where Jews have lived for centuries, was cleansed. And in every Arab country that fought Israel, Jews were persecuted, expelled, or worse. Let's look at the numbers. In 1948, there were around 80,000 Jews living in Egypt. Today, about 5 are left. Syria once had a Jewish community of about 40,000 people. Today, not a single Jew is left. Lebanon was home to roughly 10,000 Jews in 1948. Today, maybe 10 are still there, mostly elderly. These are not just numbers. These are entire communities that were erased. That's what real ethnic cleansing looks like. Entire communities, some of them over 2,000 years old, wiped out. Where's the outrage? And by the way, Christians, Hindus, and all other minorities are going through ethnic cleansing in Muslim countries today, and no one talks about that. But here is an interesting part. At the start of the video, Max says something I agree with.
War is horrible, so why did the Palestinians initiate this war on October 7th?
Well, they didn't. They didn't.
And he's right. The conflict didn't begin with the Hamas attack in 2023. It didn't start in 1967, not even 1948. There was a Jewish community in Gaza long before Israel was born. And in 1929, long before the state, long before the occupation, that community was destroyed, annihilated by the Arabs of Gaza. The violence didn't begin with borders. It began with an idea, the rejection of any Jewish presence in the land of Israel. And in that, Max Blumenthal was accidentally right. It didn't start on October 7. It started long before. That's it for the first video. If you come across a video attacking Israel, drop the link in the comments, along with one more sentences about who's speaking and what the main claim is. Scroll through the comments, like the ones you want me to respond to. And I will do my best to pick the top ones and debunk them one by one. Let's see how this project develops. Thank you to everyone who supports my channel, who shares and comments, and who challenge the lies with facts. I will see you in the next video. Yalla bye.